morning, everybody. Welcome to the High Vibe Tribe January 2019 Book Review Club, and it's 11/11, so if you 11/11ers out there, you know what that means. Good stuff, plant your seeds, whatever, that's what it means. So once a month, we gather some of our expert contributors to the mindbodyspiritnetwork.com. Most of them are exceptional healers, and we're all healers in one way or another. That's what we're here for. Bringing the light of day to consciousness in some form or another, whatever it may be. And if today we just make you laugh and think twice, then we've done our work. Done. All right, so we're going to start today with Deborah Edwards. And we're going to keep it quick, you guys, like 2-minute reviews. We'll have a little chit chat. We don't want to keep you guys out there in audience land too long. We want to keep it short and sweet, but we have some great books you can consider today. So, Deborah, hold on one second. Let me just, you're off to the races.
Okay. Hi, everybody. My name is Deborah Edwards, and I am the founder of GratefulOm. And the book that I am reading, or that I've actually read and I'm rereading now to get a little bit more out of it, is called The Big Leap by Handricks. And one of my friends, another member of the Mind Body Spirit Network, recommended this book in one of our meetings, and I took the recommendation, and boy, am I glad I did. This book is based on the fact that a lot of us cannot stand to be successful or to get what we want. And we all have like a limit. It's like, hey, I can stand this, I can stand this, I can stand this. This is too good to be true, or this is more than I deserve. So I am going to have to change my life to bring me back down to a level that I'm comfortable with. And so in this book, what Handricks does is he gives you a way that you can identify these areas to allow you to know when you are in what he calls your zone of excellence. That means that you're operating in a way where it doesn't matter. You're just like, this is where I need to be, and come what may. And so he's giving tips and tactics and guidelines to identify where those areas are for you, and to identify how to and to know where the barriers are to you reaching your deepest desires. And he's giving you areas that allow you, or tactics that allow you to remove those or minimize the effect of those limiting beliefs, and to eventually have a well-balanced life and have a success, and allow the success that you deserve from being on this earth in all areas of your life. Mind, body, spirit.
Nice.
Oh, one more time. Big leap.
Yeah. Big leap.
I listened to it on audio, so.
Yeah. I'll have to pick it up on audio too. I'd like to listen to that. I've already read it, and thank you for the reminder that it's that upper limits that we all have get out of our comfort zone, which is kind of interesting. And has anyone else read The Big Leap? Yeah, it's a good one. It's a worthy read. And I've come up with a nice little affirmation to kind of address that one. That issue of those upper limits is based on Louise Hay's things that she used, I find really effective, is I'm willing to release the need to sabotage myself. I accept that I have blessings coming to me all the time. Get out of the way. Receive the blessings. Stop the sabotaging. All right, cool. Well, thank you, Deborah. And Deborah will have to cut out here early. She's got to go see the dentist today. No fun.
Pray for me.
Deborah, she's got to go to the dentist. All right. Linda, let me get you set up here. All right, my dear, you're on.
Okay. So I don't remember if we did introductions or not today. What are we doing?
Oh yeah, go ahead. Yes, quickly.
Okay, so I'm Linda Armstrong. I'm an energy healer and an awakening coach, and I work to help you to clear whatever's standing in your way from really stepping into your power and breaking through those upper limits, right? So the book that I'm doing today, and I like to share books on manifesting or things so you really can step into that power of knowing that you can create your reality. In fact, you always are creating your reality because the outer reflects the inner. So the book I have today is Into the Magic Shop. I haven't finished it yet. I'm still listening to it, but I'm loving it. If you can get past the first, us intuitives and especially empaths, we feel things, right? So he's a brain surgeon. So the beginning of the book, he does kind of describe something to do with brain surgery. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't listen to this book. But I stuck with it and got to his experience. So he's a brain surgeon now, but he grew up very poor. Alcoholic father, mother tried to commit suicide many times, very dysfunctional family. He was into magic though. And by the universe intervening, he kind of lost his magic thumb, right? Magic thumb trick. And he found himself and he had to go search for his brother. He finds this magic shop. And he goes to the magic shop, and what unfolds for him is discovering true magic. There's a woman there who's the mother of the guy who owns the magic shop, and she takes an interest in him, and she teaches him pretty much how to use his breath, how to meditate, and how to focus on the things that he wants to have in his life. So for me, I love it because it's just another angle on how people have learned for themselves true manifesting. And this is cool because he is a brain surgeon. So he puts into it the science of how the brain works, along with manifesting and what we do. The brain, the heart and the brain connection. And it's just really, really inspirational. And it's just, for me, another way to look at how really easy it is to manifest what you want. If you can just allow yourself to be and do these very simple things. So it's just a fun read. You really follow this little boy's journey to being poor, not knowing how he's ever going to get to college, and what inspired him to become a doctor and all of that stuff, and how he managed to just pull it all against all odds, have it happen for himself.
Nice.
So I guess that's all I'll say about it because I haven't finished it yet, but I'm loving it. And
share that cover again on your phone, Linda. Can you do that?
Into the Magic Shop.
James Doty.
James Doty, which is not his birth name, not James anyway, but there's a story behind that as well.
Okay. All right. I'll be sure we'll put that up on the screen so people can find it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Next up, I think we're going to do Cheryl. I'm going to have you next, if you don't mind. Let me pin you up. Hold on. All right, off to the races with Cheryl.
Hi, everyone. Good morning. My name is Cheryl Murphy. I'm a spiritual medium, intuitive psychic, and I do help people connect with the other side and also their own empowerment, their own intuitive development. The book I'm recommending today is called The Empath Survival Guide. It's by Dr. Judith Orloff. What Judith Orloff does, and she's a fabulous doctor who has written many books on spirituality. So not just this book, but just anything she writes is fabulous. But this is a survival guidebook because, being an empath, if you don't know what that is, it's about how we take on energy from other people. And that can be a good thing. It can be a bad thing. For example, if you walk into a room and maybe you're around a lot of negativity or there's some angry people in there, and then you walk out not feeling so good, you feel tired or exhausted, it's because you can either be drained by their energy without them even intentionally doing it, but just that we're so sensitive, right? What this book is called is The New Normal. There are so many empaths out there, and Dr. Judith Orloff, what she does so brilliantly is she, first off, helps you identify if you're an empath or not. And I know pretty much everyone on this call today, and also everyone watching this video, pretty much is very much on their way to discovering their empathic abilities and talents. Now, let me tell you, some people don't want to be an empath because we're so sensitive. But what Dr. Orloff does is she teaches you how to empower yourself. Once you've identified if you're an empath, she gives you strategies and techniques on how to use it as a gift, how to use it as an ability to heighten your ability to manifest in this world, your ability to attract, your ability to love, love in this world. So this is the new normal, and I love her book. And what I do like about it is you can really open any page and get something out of it. You don't have to read it cover to cover. You can open it up, read a page or two. I've got it. I've got a tool I can use. I've got a technique. I also enjoy the way she writes, because I feel like she really knows me. When I read this book, I'm like, oh my God, she knows me. Oh, that's me too, you know? So this is a really fun book. And once again, it's easy to read. It's something that I'll hold on to. So keep this in your spiritual library. So once again, the Empath Survival Guide by Dr. Judith Orloff.
Nice. Thank you, Cheryl. That sounds like a good one to have.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's a good one. I think it really empowers us to realize that it's a good thing to be so sensitive, and how we can set healthy boundaries to keep that good energy that we create, you know, keep that in and then share what we can.
Nice. Thank you. All right, next up is going to be Liz Bigger. Liz, hold on, let me share it, get you pinned here. All right, what do you got for us today?
I am Liz Bigger. I'm from Butterfly Healing and Wellness, and I'm a holistic healer and spiritual guide. I help my clients transform through healing to a place where anything and everything is possible. Today, I wanted to talk about the book, and my Kindle just timed out, so here we go. It's called Women Who Run with the Wolves. I think people probably heard of it. I don't know if you can see that. It's, I was in a place, when I came to this book, I was in a place where I had been told by my shaman that I needed to make friends with my shadow side and nurture my inner child. And so I don't even remember exactly how I came to read this book. I'm also very interested in archetypes, because that's what it's called, Women Who Run with the Wolves, Myths and Stories of the Wild Woman Archetype. So I'm really into archetypes. And it's by Dr. Clarissa Pinkola Estes. And I just wanted to look at that so I didn't get her name wrong. She's actually she's a PhD, and she's a psychologist, and she also she studies the old folklore, the old stories from all different kinds of cultures. And that's one of the things I really love about this book, because some of the stories in there I had heard before. So I remembered and I understood, you know, like she does Baba Yaga, and there's like 10 tasks that Baba Yaga has to do. And she really breaks the stories down to show the women lesson and things like that. And I think that's what our fairy tales used to be back in the day. And I think our fairy tales and our folk stories have really gotten hijacked, you know, with our Little Mermaid and our, you know, I'm not saying they're not entertaining. I'm just saying that I think, you know, our archetype women in our fairy tales tend to be victims and need to be saved. And so these stories are more, not that all the women are perfect and, you know, strong and savior types, but just the different lessons that we need to learn. And one of them really resonated with me. It was called The Red Shoes. And it was all about how we get lost in materialism and we stop feeding our souls. And just recently I was watching a show, because we talked about it the other day, like how we can find stuff that speaks to us even on Netflix. And I was watching this show Mad Men, and here was this princess looking woman, and she had the perfect house and the perfect husband and the perfect everything, and, you know, perfect kids, and she was miserable. And so that's what that story tells us about. It's about this little girl, and she makes her own shoes, and she's so happy with these shoes. And then some woman comes along and whisks her away to this glorious place, and she's miserable there. And all she wants to do is wear her red shoes again, but she can't, because she's now in this materialistic place. So anyway, and just a lot of different Native American, African. She talks about Baba Yaga, which I think is Russian, and some of the goddesses from African tradition. And every story really spoke to me. There was none, and of course I love wolves. Wolves have been a spirit animal of mine from way back. And I could see parts of me in every single story. And really, I think at the end for me, it just really redefined the words wild woman. You know, because we think of wild as in untamed, as in bad, you know, like, you know, because in our culture, we're like, everyone has to behave and be polite and la, la, la. But she reframes wild more as less like being savage, as more being in tune with the earth, in tune with the cycles of life, you know, answering to a higher calling versus the society. So it really spoke to me, and I recommend it. And one of the things, one of the first phrases is from Alice Walker, who's also an author who I love, and Maya Angelou, who's also an author that I love. And in Carolyn Mace's books, and I can't remember which one it was, but I think because she went off into archetypes, and she was inspired by Clarissa Pinkola Estes to explore more into the archetypes. And so since I love Carolyn Mace, I just was like, this is a sure thing for me. So I really love this book. And I would say read it as many times or listen to it as much as you can, because like I said, every time I read it, I get something new.
Nice.
So again,
All right.
this is the book. You can see it. Women Who Run with the Wolves. I'm sorry you can't see it very well. Got like a little going on here. So,
I listened to that book, and I have to say the voice of the storyteller in it is really like meditative, like get you into a state of just like listening. Oh, this is really, really good stuff. And anyone else listened to this or read this? Linda or Cheryl? No, it's a good one.
I have a long time ago I did. So this is bringing it back up for me. I think I might listen to it again. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good stuff. And it is about higher calling, and it's about, courage and kind of listening to your inner guidance and stepping away from the noise. Good stuff. All right, so I have a book to share today, and it's not as deep as the other one, but it's still fun. We have some deep books today, good ones, good stories, it sounds like. And I'm gonna have to share my screen for this one, if I can. Okay. I'm sure I can. All right, hold on, let me, real quick. Okay, the name of the book is 5, Where Will You Be 5 Years from Today? And it's, it's a new year. It's a time to kind of reflect and set goals, which gets kind of like, setting goals is like people do it and then they break them within days. So this book it's a great gift book for one thing. And I used to own a retail store in Boston. These would fly out the door. They're a quick, short read. They're super fun. And the back of the book says, or the description of the book is, the next 5 years can be the most exciting and satisfying years of your life, or just another 5 years. Let this extraordinary book be your guide and inspiration. Whether you're graduated from college, newly married, considering a new career, setting goals for retirement, or just looking to inspire a special friend, employee, or family member, here's the most inspiring and compelling gift you can find. And I would tend to agree. At the time, we sold a ton of them for, in downtown Boston where my store was. We were surrounded, we're the biggest college town in the country, I think. So we sold a lot of them for graduation gifts. So I'm just going to give you a quick look at the inside of the book. You can see all the different pictures. They're just super short and sweet. There's like a quote on a page. It stands alone. It's telling you to think big. So it's not like a big heavy read at all. And then there's just some kind of neat little things and quotes. And this is where I originally found the quotes or statistics on the compelling statistics on goal setting, how compelling they really are. So this is written by, hold on, let me get out of this screen if I can. Compendium Books is the name of the company that I used to buy stuff from for my retail store, and they have beautiful, inspiring books. And this was written by the founder of Compendium, Dan Zadra and Crystal Wills. So that's my share for today. Let me stop this and get back on the screen. So I hope everyone, there's a lot of good books here to consider. And I finally picked up a book from one of our reviews. Have I read a couple? I've read at least one, that's for sure. And I just finished reading Dying to Be Me by Anita Morjani. Pretty interesting. I like reading that type of stuff. So High Vibe Tribe members, thank you everyone for your contributions today. And everybody out there, if you're enjoying this, please, comment on books that you've read in the comment section below of YouTube or our blog post, wherever you're watching this. We invite you to comment on any of the books that we're sharing here today, yay or nay, and whether you're enjoying our book review club.